So when we go live, we just start our conversation, because as we try this, then it will go live as we try it, as we look for the link. So guys, be ready anytime. Be ready, for Jesus is coming soon. We're live, guys. Let me end this other feedback, and then we go live. I'll just end. I guess the feedback is gone now.
It was me. I was changing from my phone to the laptop.
Okay, welcome, and welcome everyone online. Yeah, I'm once again.
Hi, Nguka, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Evans. How are you, Pastor?
Very well, good to see you here. Karibu sana.
Nashukuru sana, asante.
Our viewers, karibuni sana. We are in our final stages, just waiting for a few minutes. As we promised, by 8, we roll out, and so bear with us. Invite your friends, tell a friend to tell a friend that this is happening. It's a good place to be tonight, at least for 1 hour.
Great. Well done, well done. You can share the link now with let me just copy the link here so you can share with your friends. If you're able to do that from the screen, just a moment. I'll just post it on the chat. So there's the link, guys.
Okay, Mary, can you send it on the group?
Yes.
Yeah, and then the questions are not. It is Coach Jeff has sent it. The questions are not on the group. You said you sent where?
It's okay, guys. We are already live.
Oh, nice.
Let's get started. So good evening, viewers, wherever you are. Thank you for joining Breakthrough with Jeff. This is where we live live with zero limits. Here we change our mindset, our direction, our decisions, indeed our destiny. There is no limit to what's possible as long as you're willing to try and you're willing to reshape, and really rethink the life that you're living right now. And this is a chance. This is such an opportunity to rethink so we can re-strategize and really know, okay, what's the best version of my life that I can live at this moment? And life is interesting. It offers us all those opportunities. Not everyone takes those opportunities, but hey, you're breathing, you're still here. God has spared you and me. And so we can have this conversation and see how best we can live today and how that shapes tomorrow. So we are here. Joining me is my dear coaches, and I would like them to introduce themselves, and then we'll go right into the topic. So please, as they introduce themselves, share this link, share with someone, share with a friend, and tell them to share with their friend. Thank you. Coaches, introduce yourself.
Good evening, viewers. My name's Evans Makatia. I'm a transformational coach and also I'm a pastor. I'm glad to be here. I've lived a life without knowing why I do the things I do. And as I've continued to grow and to mature in my life, it's been a learning curve. I've made mistakes here and there, and I'm growing and growing every day to discover reasons why I behave sometimes, in the manner that I behave. And so tonight is that night. We just want to delve into it and share the acquired knowledge so that we can make better decisions. So karibuni sana on this journey. I'll say much more as we get in. Let me allow my colleague also to introduce themselves.
Coach Nguka, go ahead.
Good evening. Yes. Good evening, viewers. Thank you for joining in. Can be sharing this link and let's delve into the conversation. My name is Nguka Ojwang. I am a transformational coach and I coach on personal development, leadership development, and professional development. And I really am glad to be here to help or with my fellow some lines of what do the things we do. Everything that people do, every behavior that manifests in people, meet our needs. We want to unpack this. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Coach, Life Coach Nguka and Makatia Evans. Thank you for sharing. We are going to dive deeper. So kindly, guys, if you're online, if you understand why you do the things you do, and just get on your keyboard and let us know how this conversation is shaping how you think and how you live this life. Karibu sana. Now, let's dive into it, coaches. There are reasons why we do what we do. And I like what Coach Evans talked about, the fact that this is all of us. There are ways we find ourselves doing things. And sometimes you don't know why you're doing the things you're doing. You don't know, some of us don't know why we do the things we do. I want you to know right from the beginning of this conversation that human beings don't just do things. We are guided by our needs. We are driven by a force within our psyche, within our DNA, within our system. And that force is not permanent. It can change. It can be guided, because a force can be guided. It can become a force for good. Otherwise, a force that is not guided, it can really break you. And we've seen so many people, broken by this force that is driving them. So there are 6 reasons, and this is a development thought of one Tony Robbins. He actually developed from Maslow's the needs psychology, and brought a very brilliant way of looking at life and why understanding yourself. Why do you do the things that you do? And so there are 6 reasons. And I would like us to just begin by sharing those 6 reasons why people do the things they do. Evans, could you begin? What is one of the reasons why people do the things they do in the ways they do?
Wow, thank you, Coach Jeff. It is amazing to learn that the human life, as we live it, is driven by needs that are inherent in every human being. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be in South America, you could be in North America, you could be in Africa, you could be in Asia, you could be in Europe, but these needs are everywhere. And so it is important to look into them because they drive us to do the things we do. And so one of the needs, 6 human needs, one on the top of the list, it's certainty. Certainty is a human need. We want to be certain. We want to know how tomorrow will be. Most of the guys who are listening online, as you listen to me, you're in a house. Perhaps it's your own house, which you had to pay in advance so that you are certain this is my space. Or it is a rented place. And nowadays, you know, landlords and ladies will tell you pay 3 months in advance. They want to be certain how to atoka, you know. So it is a human need of certainty. It is the need to have order. Most of us want order in our lives. It is that need to have control. If you are a team leader at the work, you know, at your workplace, you want order. That's why we work. We have what are they called when you come in? You know, you sign in. There is order. There is certainty. There are systems that are developed to make sure this thing will happen the way it is. Because inherent in us is that need for certainty. And you know, it focuses on our needs to feel secure. We want security. In relationships, it plays out differently, and we will delve into that. So at the top of the list, it's certainty as one of the 6 human needs.
Wow, awesome. Awesome. I like that. And the measure back to you, Evans, on certainty. Is it an advantage to have too much certainty, or is it a disadvantage? If someone has too much certainty, how does that impact someone's life?
What I would say there is, it starts as if it is on the top of your list, that's what you're driving at. You want to be certain of things. Mm-hmm. But once you are certain of things, life can become boring.
Yeah.
Life can become boring because you can tell what tomorrow brings.
Yeah.
And allow me to say this, that leads us to another human need. The second human need, let's mention it, variety or uncertainty. Inherent in us, any human being, you want variety. So certainty may be the first one, and you want things to be certain that this and this is going to happen. You want that security. That's why a lady, when you are courting a lady, she wants to be certain that you are serious, and you have to do specific things. You know, you put a ring on her finger and say, I have engaged you. In relationships, it plays out mostly with ladies. They want to be certain that you are the guy. But now, too much of it can be boring. But the way God created a human being, there's the inherent need for variety. Because yes, you want to be certain, but then there comes a time when you feel not comfortable, you want variety. And that's why some people plan for a holiday. That's why people plan for a leave. So you take leave because you want variety, you want something different that can focus you differently so that you come back to the certain things when you have recharged.
And is this why young people are not getting married? Or it's because they are not certain, they are not sure. Now young men are taking longer actually to make that decision. Is it that, the world is becoming, the world of relationships is becoming so uncertain for them. I don't know your thoughts there before I leave you. Why do you think young people are taking so long and hesitating, and you're praying and fasting in church and binding the demons, and the guy is still single at 39 and the Lord is not speaking? How does that relate to the need for certainty?
In relationships, I think Coach Nguka is the youngest here. He's better off telling us much more about experiential knowledge. But in relationships, I've had many people, many ladies complain about, men are not committed. Yeah. So you are dating for like 10 years, but we are still courting. 5 years, we are still courting. So there is
taking coffee at Java for 10 years.
Yes. For 10 years, we are courting. And, and I think it is important for ladies and gentlemen to know that the need for uncertainty plays out in men at that age or that season of their lives. Because when it is playing out, you want variety. So you're looking at Wanjiro as a possibility, and then Atieno shows up and you want to give her time so that pia uone anakaaje, is she the one? So you're waiting on the Lord to tell you which is which.
But you're not waiting on the Lord, you're waiting. You're waiting.
You're waiting, waiting. That's a good one. That's a good one. So you're waiting and weighing what option will serve you better. Because this need of variety or uncertainty, basically, it is where we love chaos. Yeah. The people where it is the first one, when it is on the top, you love chaos. You thrive in chaos because you start looking for answers like this within chaos. When there is a crisis, that's when you come up. And some people thrive when there is a crisis, and it's just because of that need of variety. It can also play out when people are seeking pleasure. Okay. You're just seeking pleasure, and
Okay, awesome. Let's go to Coach Nguka, and please, before we go to the second need, could you comment a little bit about certainty and what Coach Evans talked about? Young men now, taking so much time to engage, to get into lasting, long-term relationship. What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Evans, Pastor Evans and Coach, for that great exposition of of that. You brought it out so clearly. And from my end, I think uncertainty is really important because it is sometimes we call it a need for comfort. We really need to be sure that we'll be comfortable in life. We really need to be sure that our foundational needs or our basic needs will be met, that our family will pay our rent, will pay our food, will feed our family, and also our emotional needs will be met. And to talk about emotional needs, I'll come to what you've asked, and that is about young men who take too or far too long to propose. Maybe this, they are thinking about the emotional needs, because when these emotional needs are not met, when these basic needs are not met, then stress kicks in when you don't meet your need for certainty. So people really don't want to rush, because again, there have been a lot of stories, there have been a lot of love triangles ending in maybe death. So people want to take their time. People want to be certain that the person that I'm going to settle down with, is she going to leave me when the next millionaire walks in town? Is she going to leave me when my feet cannot stand as they used to, when my voice is not as sharp as it used to be, when I can't sing anymore, when I can't serenade them anymore? Or are they going to hold on to the end of the bargain? Are they going to hold on until what you call death do us part? So one wants to be really certain that, this marriage will go, will go as I expect, need for certainty, people really want to be certain that how they have planned life is gonna flow just that way. And when there is a barrier towards that, then stress kicks in. So one wants to take a lot of time. That is how they want to meet their need for certainty before they settle down with someone. Even for women, or for ladies, or for the female members, for girlfriends, for fiancés, or for wives, they want to be certain that their husbands will provide. They want to be certain that the person whom they're gonna marry, that will, protect the family, provide for the family, they will be there. They want to be certain before they, they bear a baby for you, that you'll be there. You'll be ready to do the parenting with them. You'll not hear that, we say young people, you say nikona ball, then you go like siangu, so meruka story. So someone needs to be sure, someone needs to be really certain that you'll be there. So people take a lot of their time. Some people have even given up, because again, when you spend a lot of time trying to control the other person, try to control the situation, try to control your projects, just trying to meet this need for certainty, then it gets to be boring, and someone thinks, I can't keep dating you for 6 years like it's or for 8 years like it is a degree in our great University of Nairobi, or it is a medicine. Someone went to med school, finished, and you guys are still dating because of need. You guys want to be really certain. So people think like, wow, I'd rather go do medicine than date this guy. So go to the next guy and try to meet their need there. Yes. Back to you, Jeff.
Interesting. I like that. It's like PhD in relationships, some of us.
Sure.
For 7 years. What are you doing? Which curriculum is that? But I know it's uncertainty, like both of you coaches have said. And I see there are actually a group of men that are going to their 50s and still uncertain. You're 53 and you're still uncertain whether you really want this or not, and trying this and that. And that takes us to the next need, the need for variety, the need for surprises, for change, the need for adventure and all that. How does this play in the world around you, and how do you help your clients really meet these needs? The need for variety. We can start with Coach Guka. We are still with you.
Okay, thank you. So this is a paradoxical kind of need, because after God has given us a need for certainty, where you really need to be certain what happens, then here comes the second need, which is a fundamental need in itself, the need for uncertainty, which is need for variety or adventure, as you've mentioned with Jeff. And this is really important, because when there's a lot of certainty, when the certainty is too much, when you are sure that someone will turn up, when you are sure that you will have this job, when you have had that job security, then it gets boring. When there's too much of certainty, life gets boring. And someone once said that variety is the spice of life. So we really need to spice life a little bit. We really need to have to be sure that
spices. We can't eat spices only.
So you really need, a spicy life. You really need variety. You really need different goals, to change your goals. And you don't want, when, for example, when we'll still use the example of this person who's dating you for 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, and you really get used to them. You really get used to how they respond. You know that if I say hi in the morning, he'll say, I'm fine. So you, even when it gets to dating, you really want to be certain. You really want to be uncertain that you don't want the same answers. Or if you ask, what are you going to eat? If, all of us are married. So when your wife asks, what are you going to eat? And you say, kitu yenye tu iko. So, you know, anazoea ni kitu tu yenye iko, you know, that's what you'll say. Whatever is there, I'm okay with it. But they really want to be, that's so certain, you know, that's so automatic, they know. So it gets boring because they even stop asking because they know kitu yenye tu iko will be the answer. So someone really wants something different. That also happens maybe in the job market, if I may. That redundancy or the repeated activity day in, day out. This is why you find people moving from one job to the other, because they are looking for uncertainty. They're looking for new challenges. When that challenge is no longer a challenge to you, then that activity, that goal, that job, that relationship gets boring. You want more challenges. You want new challenges. And people try to meet it in different ways. People will try to meet a need for uncertainty by looking for someone different. Maybe if your spouse maybe, person in your relationship maybe is so certain, you know, that this is how they'll react, this is what they'll say. You feel now it gets boring being in the same room with this person because you know their story, you know everything. So you want a little bit of uncertainty. Now, instead of finding a way to spice that marriage, to spice that relationship, to spice that job, to diversify that job, to diversify that business, sometime we want to look, on the greener grass on the other side of the fence. We want to look on what else can someone else offer. So we leave this, or we try to find another person to substitute the uttermost certainty that you have in this person, so that you can have a variety. So these are some of the ways that people are trying to meet needs. You'll find that someone is saying, I find my relationship boring. I find my job boring. I find my marriage boring. I find my the place I live boring. It is just a need for variety. They're just trying to meet a need. When they're trying to meet a different person, you might not know you're trying to meet a need, but it is a need for uncertainty, a need for variety that you're trying to meet. Yes, back to you, Jeff.
Wow, guys, there you got it. And if you're online, kindly let us know, how do you meet your needs and in different areas of your life, and which one of these needs is your biggest driving force? Because we meet them differently. Is it certainty? Do you value certainty above variety? Because there are some of us that value certainty above variety. There are others that value variety above certainty. Meaning, you are not, you just YOLO. Life is lived once. You live once, so you just ball throughout, and moving from one fun to another, party after party. Life is a party for you. And that means your life is about variety. It's about just having fun. What is life like for you? Others are so serious. In fact, more serious than a heart attack. Nothing, there's no fun. You are so serious. Even when you are asleep, you're serious. It's because you have a very high need for certainty. You're so careful to live that you don't live at all. There are some of us, when you talk about certainty is like is the smallest. If you were to classify needs, this is like the baby need. Is the one that is the need for babies. The need for certainty is the basic. That's the word I'm looking for. The more basic is certainty. So if the only thing you know is certainty, you're always afraid. What will happen? Oh my God, the economy. Oh my God, I'll get fired. Oh my God, I'll lose weight. Oh, I'll gain weight. You're always afraid. Then you have too much certainty to help you. Life is not working for you. You need to find another way. You need to shift and find another need and place it above certainty. Because if you have anxiety, you have overcaution, you're always overcautious. Before you speak, you think, 9 times. What am I going to say? You calculate, you just do those serious math in your head before you say hello. Hello, how many? It's just one word, hello. But someone will calculate. What will this person think? What will they? And that will limit your expression, it will limit your relationship, it will limit everything. And like Coach Nguka said, this is also impacting your job market. If you hesitate, you know it's time to leave, but you're always there calculating. For how long, my friend? Another 10 years? And you're still making the same calculations. Einstein said, you cannot change your life with the same mindset that created the old one. It's time for change. It's time for change, guys. Let's go to what is the third need, Evans. Could you introduce the third need and how people really try to meet this need in their life? Unmute yourself.
Thank you, Coach Jeff. I'm just loving the flow from certainty to variety or uncertainty, and how it affects our how we program ourselves. As we go to the third one, allow me to say something on variety there, which you know, our listeners, our clients would be interested in. Especially variety. When you want variety, you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful, especially in the area of job market or even in relationships. There are people who in this current economy, we are not certain. The president today has just called out on there's a lockdown, and we are not certain what tomorrow brings. And so because we want certainty, sometimes it finds us not ready for variety. We are not ready to think what's next, out of the box. Now this has happened. What can I be doing on the sidelines to make progress in other areas of life? And so we need to be thinking out of the box in terms of variety and be practical to it. The other side of it,
we can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me clearly?
You can hear you. Go on.
Okay. So basically, the variety that we are talking about can also send you to the negative, the destructive side of life, because when you are seeking for pleasure and you're seeking for freedom, it can get you out of a faithful relationship because you're looking for variety. It can make you also basically do stuff, quit a job in a half because you're always looking for variety. Your staying power in a job or in a career can be, and so an employer can ask you, and how come you are here 1 year? How come you are here 2 years and you move on? And so, yeah. Now, the next human need there is significance. The need to be significant. Every one of us, we believe in coaching, we say everyone has potential. And apparently everyone believes in being significant. And so basically, this is whereby somebody wants to feel important. You're in a family, and I've had many of my clients say, I feel I was mistreated by my mother or by my father or by my siblings, or you feel you are looked down upon by your pastor or by your employer, and you're looking at that and saying, what is it that I can do? And so it is another important need that we have, because human beings, me and you, we want to feel unique. And indeed, we are uniquely created. So I bring on the table my unique gifts, and I'm longing for you to appreciate that. I normally say in relationships, that's why when a guy shows up and tells you you are hot, you look beautiful, then they are touching on your need for significance, and you easily carve in. You easily tell them, oh, you want to to give it and to listen to them. That's what I would say for now, Coach Jeff.
Wow, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for those thoughts. Brilliant, brilliant thoughts. And we are stepping into the need for significance. Who doesn't have that need? And if you're online, I would like you to comment down there. How do you meet your need for significance? How do you meet your need? We want to feel needed at your place of work. Are you needed at your place of work? Are you needed in your relationship? Do you feel you're needed or you're just there? There are people that go to places of when you're there or not there, we can't even know. In fact, you come and tell people, oh, how has it been? I've been away for a month. Please update me. And they tell you, you mean you've been away? We didn't notice. Then it feels like you're not needed in that place of work. Where are you most needed? Who needs you? Where are you most significant? It's good to reflect on this and find out, how am I meeting this need? Is it empowering or is it disempowering or is it just neutral? Because we meet these needs differently. There are some of us, the way we meet our needs is disempowering. It's actually something that tears the fabric of our life down. Is not empowering at all. Significance, like if you're trying to be significant by putting others down, by stepping on others' heads, and by fighting others in your industry, I tell you, that's not a good way to be significant. Whether you're a musician or you are an artist, a coach, or whatever you are, I know one way, a negative way of meeting your need for significance. People think I have to bring someone down so I can use them to climb up. Let me tell you, it's a negative way. There are better ways of being significant or meeting your need for significance. Produce results, massive impact, take action. That'll be significant. But let me hear from Coach Nguka. Could you comment on significance and what are some of the ways that people meet this need for significance?
Thank you, Coach Jeff. Thank you, Coach Evans. I think you've really brought out that clearly. I mean, significance, which is the third fundamental need, is a need where everybody needs to feel special. Everybody needs to feel unique. Everybody needs to feel important, that they're contributing to something where they are. Maybe in your workplace, you need to feel important. In your house, you need to feel important. To your children, to your community, to your family, extended family. So at one point, everyone needs to meet this need of significance so that they can feel fulfilled. Because when also the significance is not there, then you don't feel that, that feeling of importance, that feeling that you're appreciated, that feeling that you are unique in your own way. And the beauty of how to meet this need is to be unique, to accept yourself the way you are and to work in building yourself. But you find many people are trying to meet this need in different ways. And for example, today the president has put a lockdown on some counties and told some people to work from home who don't really need to go to work. And we know how the script, it's same script. We know how it went in 2020 when this happened in 2020 March, when there was also another lockdown. Some people lost their jobs. Some people could not provide for their families. And we saw a massive increase in gender-based violence, a massive increase in people committing suicide, a massive increase in depression. And this is because we removed people, people are not meeting this need for significance. For example, a husband who feels they're not significant because they can no longer pay for their children's fee because they have been sacked from their work, or they have lost their job subject to the pandemic or the lockdowns, or losing job. Then, because the society has really pumped us with that the husband needs to be the provider, and if you're not providing, then you're not significant. So to some of us men, our need for significance is met by providing, by paying the bills in the house. And when you don't do that, then you feel you are less significant. And when maybe your wife is in business and they're still going out to do their business and you are at home, you're not going to work because you've lost this job, then you feel less significant. Now you trying to meet this need, and we've seen this in a lot of families. Then the husband turns violent because this is the only way they can, they want to meet this need for significance, so they can feel that they're significant there. So you find that person who feels that they're less significant will want to bully another person, will want to control another person, will want to physically abuse another person, maybe the wife, so that they can feel significant when they, they say, no, it's okay. The husbands who work in the house and wanauliza nani mwanaume hapa ama nani mwenye nyumba. That means who's the owner of this house or who's the man in this house, for those who don't understand Kiswahili. They're really trying to say who's significant here, who's the leader here. So these are some of the ways people trying to meet this need. Some of the people, as Jeff has mentioned, you trying to build by pulling others down so that you can feel significant. You'll find politicians tarnishing others' names, abusing other people or rubbishing other people's views so that they can feel they are significant, so that they can feel the masses following me, they'll follow me in this, in the route that I take, and that gives somebody significance. Some other people will try to meet that need for significance. Maybe if you were bullied when you were younger, or you came from a humble background, or not so well, from abject poverty. So you try to meet this need for significance that I want to prove someone wrong. So people also meet this need for significance by trying to prove other people wrong. Maybe a teacher in primary school told you amount to nothing. Maybe your father told you ukiendelea hivi there's nowhere you're going. So you are trying to prove them wrong while trying to meet this need, and that normally doesn't work. It needs to come from the heart. It needs to come from a heart of wanting to invent and reinvent yourself so that you can be significant. It comes from the point of, I want to be myself. I want to be unique and still be significant. So some people will go to school, have a PhD, before their name. So you are, you have a name and PhD also appears there. You're not only Nguka Ojwang, but you are Nguka Ojwang PhD. You are a doctor. You want these titles so that you can feel significant. If it's at a workplace, you want to be promoted, you want to be above others, you want to be always on the forefront so that you can feel significant. So it is really a need for feeling important. It's a need for feeling special. It is a need for being unique and being respected and being appreciated in the society. But the way you meet it is really important. It could be a way that disempowers you or draws people away from you, or it could be a way that really empowers you. So you really need to assess, how am I meeting this need for significance? Because a lot of people, trust me, our viewers, a lot of people lose it at significance. Because when you don't meet the significance in a healthy way, you're gonna lose in the other needs, and you're gonna feel empty at the end of the day. Thank you. Back to you, Jeff.
Totally. Thank you, Coach Nguka. I like that. It's so resourceful. I'm just liking the way the inspiration is flowing. So from significance, after we are significant, where do we go? After significance, where do we go? The fourth human need, the fourth reason why you're doing the things you're doing. Remember, guys, for those who are just joining us, kindly share this page, share the channel with someone. Comment there, write down there, tell us, how are you meeting this need? Why do you do the things you do? Why do you go to work? Why do you, work so hard? Do you know why? Do you know why you do the things? Why you're going for further education? Why are you doing one degree after another? Degree after degree after degree. Why? Why are you devoted so much to religion? Do you know why? There's a reason. There's a reason. Human beings are rational beings. We know we do things for a reason. What is that reason? We are giving you the reasons. You choose how. And the quality also. Is it negative or is it positive? Is it empowering, disempowering, or neutral? We want you to make that decision so you can live a better, more fulfilling life. Okay, Coach Nguka, the fourth human need. Could you introduce it?
Yes. So the fourth fundamental need of any human being, or your need, viewers, my needs, the coach's needs, any person, anybody who's still alive, they really need to fulfill this fourth need. This is the need for connection. This is the need for, love and connection. Everybody, no one needs to be alone, and there's a common saying that no man is an island, that you can't live alone. Human beings are social beings, so we have the dire need for connection. You need to connect. You need to have people who really appreciate you, who love you for who you are, who give you the unconditional positive regard, that they have accepted you the way that you are, and they love you the way you are. And this is, if I may, it sounds like the opposite of significance. Okay. Well, significance, it is all about you, all about you being unique, all about you being special, and, have that feeling of importance. Then this other need is about the people around you. It is about the community around you. It is about your family. It is about the people that matter to you, your circle, your innate circle. And everyone needs a circle. Everyone needs a family. Everyone needs a group that you feel part of, that you're contributing in, that you feel accepted, that you feel, when I'm here, I feel home. And this happens even in workplaces. You want a workplace that you can interact with people. You want a workplace that you can have small conversation, little conversations. You can crack jokes with people. You can feel that you are part and parcel of this environment. And when that is not there, then a lot of people get depressed. A lot of people get that feeling that I am not accepted. And if I may, Coach Jeff, just mention this, even as I introduce this, is that when we are trying really to pull people down while we are trying to achieve our need for significance, because these needs again borrow from each other and they are intertwined in a way. For example, significance and connection. So when you meet the need for significance in the wrong way, in the way that does not empower you, then you try to push people away, you try to push people down. Now, then that means you will miss on love and connection. For example, again in family setup, before the lockdown in 2021, because that's the example that I used, maybe you as a husband, you as a wife, you are busy, looking to make ends meet, which is really important because the economy is tough. You are trying to make more money, do a lot of businesses, invest. But while you are doing this, you are missing out on love and connection with your kids. The nanny was taking care of them. You were never present. You were never home. You don't know your children. So the schools have been closed. The children are back home with you, but you don't know how to connect with these kids. You don't know how to connect with, now you're not going to offices. You are at home. The husband does not know how to connect with the wife. Because we are busy. Everyone is busy chasing for significance. Everyone is busy going to school, adding those degrees. Everyone is busy, trying to get the promotion. Everyone is busy trying to be the best business, but we miss on love and connection when we do it in the wrong way, when you try to meet this need in the wrong way. So love and connection is that, you feel that you can connect to people. You feel that you have that love from your family. You are accepted. You are part of that community. And when that is not there, that's why you find a lot of people who are always out there. And we have even seen this, and we look and we, no offense, we like looking at the men of the cloth. The pastors, maybe we feel that they are not human beings, because whenever they are caught in any scandal, we really find it in the news. It's not like just any other person, So a pastor maybe who is always out, going to conference after conference, crusade after crusade, it's always in church, giving their life to service, because that is, you know, I mean, that is the greatest commission that Jesus Christ left us on earth, that we should go and, you know, all over the world and preach the good news and, you know, the evangelism. So when one, for example, if I may give that example, when one is caught up in that cycle that you are never present at home, then you find that, you know, someone goes out because maybe they're not meeting that need. And when they come back home, they cannot connect. They don't know these kids anymore. Then one needs to meet this need elsewhere. So you'll find a lot of people who are, in our eyes, we feel that these people are living a good life. These people are having a perfect marriage. These people are having a time of their life. But we find them going out trying to meet this need of love and connection with other people. That's why you'll find people having mpango wa kando, because they can't connect at home. They don't feel this connection anymore. They don't feel that the other person understands me better. They don't feel that their spouses really have their interests at heart. They don't feel that they can communicate as they used to their loved ones. So they want to look for another person. And I've had clients who have said that, you know, I really went out. I really didn't want to maybe have extramarital affair. I even didn't have, you know, I didn't even sleep with this woman. We just talked. She listens to me as I talk. But we don't understand that we pay these people to listen to us. So when you pay them, they have no other business but to listen to you, you know, just sit there and of course you don't want to sleep with me, you don't want to have sex, so let's listen to you. So when Mpango wa Kando knows that you are financing them, they'll listen to you, they'll encourage you, but we need to find really great ways to meet our need for love and connection. We need to look of where did we, you know, where did we lose our way? How did we get here where we are, that we don't feel the connection with our children? We don't know our children. We don't know what makes them tick. We don't know their favorite colors, their favorite food. You know, we don't know how to communicate with them because we've always been away. Now they're teenagers and we feel that they're defiant. But the only problem is that we don't know how to connect. So while charges is to look at how did we get here in the first place, in this place that I don't feel I can connect. And in business, if you're in the work environment, you could also miss on connection because we normally say it's lonely at the top. You could chase significance day, night. You get that promotion, you get to be the manager, the CEO. Then all of a sudden, people don't want to interact with you because now there's that fear and you feel lonely at the top because when you walk in the room, everyone keeps quiet and people are just laughing and, you know, cracking jokes. As you know, you used to be in that level with them, you could crack jokes, but now when you walk in the room, people are all quiet, pretending to be all serious with their work. So you also feel, I really feel bored here. You know, these are the people who, you know, just wait for the 4 a.m. and they, you know, they are already in the car park and you wonder how did they move out of that car park? Meaning, you know, some of us, because we can't connect our workplaces, we just go and park our cars, you know, in the reverse so that when it clicks 4 p.m., we just drive out. We don't have to reverse our cars again. So we park in the way that we can leave very fast. And when you are a manager, you are an executive in such a working environment, you really need to create teamwork, you know, so that people can feel connected. You really need to calm down. The only way to connect with the people you're leading is to know them, and you can't know them while you are on your high table. You have to calm down and get to know their needs and get to attend to their needs. That is the way to connect. So even as I try to meet this need for connection, I can go all about it because it's really a really important need that everyone needs to meet in the society, because a lot of homes are breaking because there's no connection. A lot of people are, you know, feeling stress in their workplaces because there's no connection. And a lot of things are going so because we don't feel we can connect. We don't feel part of a community. We don't feel that you are appreciated, you know, accepted and given the unconditional positive regard as who we are. Back to you, Jeff.
Wow. Awesome. Guys, are you getting this? Are you getting the flow, guys? Let me hear your thoughts down there. I'm looking at the chat here. I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this, especially the need for connection? If you're online, I can see there are several of you online. Let me hear your thoughts there. You can share your thoughts, especially on this need for connection. Relationships and connection, this is like the oxygen of life. No matter how serious you are out there, you come home and you want to refire, you want to re-energize. But some of us, we force ourselves because the only thing, it's not about power, it's about force. Life is about force. And so you're a big boss there, but at home there is no connection, and that really frustrates you, and you feel like you're so dry. You're as dry as dead, and you know that's something that makes you do crazy things. This is why you do the things you do. You want to realign this need and make sure you meet it. And let me say something before we go to Coach Evans. If you don't meet these needs and really take responsibility and meet these needs, you become a victim of life. You become a victim. Life begins to happen to you, not for you, to you. Because if you're not certain of yourself, you're not significant, you have no variety, and there's no connection with yourself, with God, with humanity, you are alone and lonely. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter how much money you're earning, you're poor. You're poor. That's how we spell poor. Poor is when inside you, you are a shell, but outside you, people think you're Mr. President, Mr. Who. I don't care what they call you. If you're empty inside, you're empty, and there's nothing you can stand for. And I know people are dragging, they're walking dead. Les Brown said that most people die at age 25. But they are never buried until they are 70 or 75. And so we have walking dead is because we are not meeting these needs. And so we turn out to blame someone, blame the economy, blame the president, blame the government, and blame yourself. Even blaming yourself is not taking responsibility. Taking responsibility on these needs, you become mature, you grow up. You become mature so that you're not a baby. I hear men at a certain age, they become babies to their wives. Become babies and you're 53, my friend, and you're a cry baby. It's because you're not meeting these needs. Grow up, meet your need for certainty, find a way to meet your need. And we have great coaches in this show. You can get a coach right here to help you find which are the ways, because there are 1,000,001 ways you can meet these needs. Okay, let's go, for the interest of time, let's go to the number 5, human need. Coach Evans, could you introduce that?
Wow, thank you, Coach Jeff. I feel like I can't move on without talking about connection. I'm one of the people who say, I'm a people person. And in my entire life, I never knew it was a human need within me to connect. Because when I try to connect with you and we don't make it or it doesn't work, I feel rejection. And the feeling of rejection in my life has made me, make a lot of strides backward. Because when I feel rejection, I withdraw to my shell and I then don't participate in whatever is happening. And there's nobody to get me out of that. The need for connection is what makes people in families at the places of work feel rejection. Yeah. And we crave to be loved. We gravitate towards people who believe in us, people who accept us, people who love on us, and we give them our all. You can be in a place where you are being paid so well, but if there's no connection, if you're not feeling important, if you're not finding variety, it's easier to move out. And so those lovers, those who are in love, those who are dating or courting, those who've been hurt by your previous ex, I don't know which ex could have hurt you. Maybe the previous one or the one before the other one, you know, maybe there are just many exes. But you know why you do the things you do? You're craving for connection. And perhaps you're trying to fulfill that need in a wrong way as you pursue these men or these women, and they come and they hurt you. Why? Because you're always, there are those people you say, this guy doesn't learn. This lady doesn't learn. Because you are in today in a relationship, you are dumped, you are hurt. Tomorrow, you get into another one without taking time to evaluate yourself. What is wrong? What is wrong with me? Yes, there is a need that needs that. And that's why parents, if you're listening and you're a parent, we need, because our children need connection. They need love. And it is us as parents to give them, you know, that connection. And they start to grow out of our families, out of our homes, feeling I'm loved, I'm accepted, I'm connected, and they are better placed emotionally to make decisions in life as they step out. So thank you so much, Coach Nguka, for, you know, taking us through that and elaborating on how this even works out at the workplace. The fifth human need is the need for growth. The need for growth. Inherent in us, just like connection. You know, when you look at the good book, in the book of Genesis, God, our creator, the creator says, you know, he told Adam, the need for connection again, you know, it is not good for man to be alone. So he created Eve. But it does not end with man. It's not good for any human being to be alone. And so you can connect with your cousins, you can connect with other people. But also he therefore says, you know, go and, you know, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth, subdue it. And now you realize as you grow, you need, rather, as you live this life, you need to grow your capacity. I don't know about you, inherent in every one of us, whenever you're given a task, you want to make it better. You want to improve it. You want to expand it. You want to build your own capacity to handle things. That's why at your workplace, you find yourself signing up for a course that can give you a job in Canada or a job in the US, or that can promote you or take you to one of the, you know, the best companies around us. That is a desire that is inherent in us. The need to grow, the need to change. So you are changing because life is changing, you know, and you want to change things, you want to grow things, you want to grow in your understanding of life. And that's why we say in our communities that we look at older people and we believe they are wiser. Why? Because they've lived longer and they have what we call experiential knowledge. They have acquired knowledge which has necessitated growth and impacted how they perceive things, how they respond to things, because now they are more knowledgeable. A standard 8 person may not respond in the same way a Form 4 leaver would do. And a Form 4 leaver may not respond in the same way a degree holder will do. And so acquisition of knowledge and growth impacts how fruitful and how impactful one can be. And you know, we all long to be successful. You cannot attain success without growth. In any field you are in, you have to be growing. And so as per all the human needs that we have, there are destructive ways people fulfill these needs. And there are, you know, better ways to fulfill these needs. You can go to college. You want a promotion. You want growth in your career. And you ask yourself, how can I attain this? Sign up for a course somewhere. You know, sign up, build your skills, grow. Things don't just come to you while you're seated there. Brother, you can pray for 40 days and 40 nights. And yes, promotion does not come from the east or the west, from the Lord. But if you're not growing yourself, you'll be given a position and you are not able to deliver the outcomes that your boss wants you, and that's how you lose that job or that opportunity. And so the significant rather the need for growth is very key for us in your career, in your love life, in any aspect, in every aspect of our lives, we need to be growing. And a good employer honors a man or a woman who grows their business. I give you a department, you're growing it. I give you a company, a branch, you're growing it. You're making profit. Those are the kinds of people who are honored in society. Those are the kinds of people. And when you ask those people, in fact, somebody said, Coach Jeff, somebody said, leaders read. And you see, you cannot read a book and remain the same. You cannot expose your heart and your mind to a book or to a course or to a training and remain the same. So leaders read, readers, lead. And so as just an introduction to this important human need, that's what I would say for now, Coach Jeff. Back to you.
Awesome, guys. So the question is, are you growing? When you look at the last 1 year and you look at the last 5 years, would you say you're growing? Because it's either you're growing or you're dying. There's not just being there. I hear people say, oh, why you left me? It's not true. You cannot just stagnate and remain the same. It's either you're growing or dying. Now, thank you so much, Coach Evans. Let's go to the final human need, the need for contribution. Coach Nguka, just go on, introduce that as we come to the end of our discussion tonight.
Yes, thank you, Evans, for really, unpacking that for us. And, it is really served hot as it is that we all need to grow. We all need to expand in our professional and in our personal lives and in all dimensions of our lives. And I think this is the most critical area that a lot of people come to coaching for, because everyone at any point needs to grow. Even a president needs to grow. That's why you see people really trying to repackaging themselves. Politicians, after you've served as a governor, you're thinking, now what next for me? I've served 2 terms as a governor. I need to grow. I need to be maybe a deputy president. I need to be maybe a president, or something like that. Even a CEO, when they retire, they're thinking of their retirement plan. Basically, what they're saying, we're thinking of growth. And then a lot of people come to coaching, they are at point A. They want to get to point B. So at the end of our time, in session with these clients, the coachee, they want to see growth, daily growth. And if you are watching this, our viewers, I want you to know that success is not really an event. Success is the daily habits that you put in. That growth is not something that you'll wait to see the result. There's the process. You have to trust the process. That the daily habits. Where do you want to be? Where do you want your growth? How do you want your growth to manifest? What is that self-actualization that you want to see? Because as Coach Jeff mentioned, these needs were drafted, Tony Robbins came up with them from Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and the topmost is the self-actualization. So the question that I want to ask you to pose to you today, what is your self-actualization like? Where do you want to see yourself in 10 years, in 5 years, in 20 years? That is need for growth. You need to grow. And when you don't grow, when, even the topmost CEO, the world greatest CEO does not grow, then they feel stagnated. That's why you see a lot of people who in our eyes look fulfilled, whom in our eyes look happy, whom in our humanly eyes look as they're having a time of their lives, committing suicide, killing themselves, taking out their life, because they feel stagnated. When there's no growth, stagnation kicks in and depression kicks in. Need number 6 and the final need, fundamental need, is need for contribution. And this is the uttermost, the greatest need, the pinnacle of all needs that you need. We as human beings, every human being need to feel that they're contributing to something which is greater than themselves, that they're contributing to building a society, that they're contributing, to making the world a better place. And this is one of, I normally call it, this is our assignment as human beings. because I believe that God created us so that we can continue the creation story. That when He appointed us to, domineer and be in charge of all the creation, name, as Adam was given the responsibility to name the animals, and they were given the responsibility to till the ground and eat from it, and just take dominance and charge of all the creation. God was saying that contribute. God was inviting us to the beautiful story of the creation that make the world a better place. So contribution to me is the need of making the world a better place than you found it. Making the world a better place means that you start with your community. How do you contribute to the community? How do you contribute to the surrounding people around you? Do you, are you having the bystander effect, that you look at things as they go and you say that someone else will do it? Or do you take the steps and do the little things? The little things, that change people's life, the little act of kindness that makes the world a better place, the little act of kindness that makes the universe a great place to be in and live in. So this is the need for contribution. And when somebody don't feel that they are contributing to something greater than themselves, when they reach at that point where this is their uttermost need, then they also feel that they have lived a wasted life, that they have lived a purposeless life, because they are not contributing to anything. They have achieved significance. They have the love and connection. They have grown, but their growth is not really translating to the society. Their growth is not translating to something that they can feel they are a part of this society. They have contributed to this society. And that's why you find a lot of people, when they are about to retire, some of them get a panic attack because they look at, how have I contributed in my workplace? Are you they have never contributed to make that place a better place. And as Coach Evans has cited, is that every employer fancies that employee who contributes to that organization, who grows that organization, who makes it a better place. And in growth, we're also contributing. So you really need to contribute. You really need to fulfill this need by finding that thing that makes you tick and contributing to that. Something which is greater than you, something that transcends you. It is a need that is selfless in nature. Like, it is no longer about me, but it is about the greater good of the society. It is about the greater good of my community, of my family. It is not only about you, but other people, the greater large community that will benefit from your activities, from what you're doing, from your purpose, from your goal, from your vision. So it is really important. And when you feel that that vision does not meet that need, that vision does not contribute, to a greater, well-being on making the world a better place, then there comes the stagnation again, kicks in, the depression kicks in, and you feel like, why spend all years doing all this and still not feel fulfilled? This is because you are not contributing you have been selfish. You've been just thinking about yourself. It gets a time when you need to think about the community and how to make the world a better place, because that is the best thing that you can do. If you're a leader, if you're an executive leader, if you're a leader in your circle of influence, look at how you can contribute to the lives of these people. Look on how you can bring up other leaders, because contribution is what sets great men apart, by bringing other people up. Back to you, Jeff.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, Coach Nguka. I'm so proud of you, by the way, guys. This is a product of Destiny Life Coaching. This is why this is why I do what I do. This is why Destiny is here. Man, when we see people like Coach Nguka, a world-class coach, this one you can send him anywhere on the planet and he will make an impact. I'm telling you. And if you're looking to find yourself and make a contribution, grow and make a contribution, again, know that we are there, Destiny Life Coaching. We have an ongoing registration. You can become a coach like this brilliant coach here and change the world. I mean, why not you? Like Jim Brown asked, why not you and why not now? Great. So guys, we have a few minutes parting short, and then we say good night to these great viewers. Give us your parting shot, Reverend Evans, Coach Evans, your parting shot. There's a question here before we go to the parting shot, guys. There's a question, I believe is by who? The name is Home of Mugithi. Okay. He's saying the lessons are powerful. Coach Nguka, you're doing a great job. Yes, and thank you guys. Okay, so there's another question here. How do you balance all the needs? Because I believe they are all important. That's a question to you guys. How do you balance all the needs? Because I believe they are all important. Who wants to go first? We can address that first before we do a parting shot.
Let me
Evans. Okay, Evans, and then Coach Nguka.
Okay. I believe at any given time, all these needs are playing out in our lives. But what we need to somebody said knowledge is power. When, self-awareness is the beginning. And now that you are self-aware of these human needs in your system, there are always two that are at the top. There are always two that are at the top. So it's your responsibility to weigh and say, what is so operational in terms of needs in my life as of now? So once you master those ones, and now you have the knowledge, you can be able to operate. Because also I believe at any given stage in life, maybe you're in your teens, or you're in your 20s, or you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s or 50s, these needs, there's always one that is up there. Like now I can talk about 40 and above, or 50, up there 60. The needs that are playing out most of the time is the need for growth and the need for contribution. That's why you find, people are growing, and also people are yearning to contribute at that level, donating to, children's homes, donating to NGOs. At that age, the need to contribute and the need to grow becomes one of the big ones. And others, it could be connection, depending with where you are at, the need for connection. And so you want to see what is driving me. Observe yourself, do an introspection of your activities. Where was I yesterday? What was I looking for? Where was I last week? What was I looking for? And you can tell. Certainty is another one. It controls most of us every day. You wake up to go at your place of work because you need that salary. You need, things to be in a certain way. And so I would say do the two, observe yourselves, then look at the two that are currently at the top of your life, and then work with the rest. Now that you have the information, Coach Nguka, maybe you can add something.
Thank you so much, Coach Evans. Hope Mugithi for that question. That's a good question. And to add on what Coach Evans has said, that you should always look at, when we are in therapy, when we are in sessions with our clients, we normally want to see, how this needs, what is their most important need. We start with the most important to you. So at different times, we'll have something that is important to you. But what I'll just add to that is that don't really be so much keen on balancing the needs, or don't really strive to balance the needs, but strive to be fulfilled wholly as a human being. So most of the times you'll find coaches, I get to use to merge the 6 human needs with a coaching tool called the Wheel of Life. Wheel of Life is what we use to, to try and get to see how your life is fulfilled as a human being, because it has 8 different dimensions. We have the health, we have the physical, we have the environment, the love and connection, the relationships, the finances. So this is what should be balanced, your work-life balance. But the needs need not to be balanced. The needs need to be fulfilled. Always as you try to have a balanced life, you'll be trying to meet a need. The best way to look at it, hope, is to try to find a healthy way of fulfilling any need at a given time. As Evans has said, look at the topmost needs to you at any given point, because we keep evolving, we keep reinventing, we keep growing, and our needs keep changing. The need that you had, you are a different person than you were a second ago, because you've shifted in terms of emotion, you've shifted in terms of knowledge, because subject to this masterclass, you've gained knowledge, you're a different person. Maybe now your need is something else. So our needs keep changing at one point. Today, your need could be for significance. When you achieve it tomorrow, or even before you achieve it tomorrow, your need could be feeling, you feel bored, you want a little bit of uncertainty or variety. So the need keeps shifting. Don't focus on balancing them, but fulfilling them in a healthy way that empowers you. Yes, Jeff, what are your thoughts, Jeff?
Awesome. Well done. I love it. You don't focus on balancing them, focus on really fulfilling yourself. And what fulfills you? Remember, guys, when we were starting this discussion, we said that you can meet these needs in a negative way, in a quick fix, negative way, positive way, or neutral ways. So question is, what fulfills you? And that is amazing, guys. I don't think there's anything I need to add there. Monica Mumo is saying, what an awesome exposition. Thank you, Monica. Coach Monica, thank you. Thank you for following through kindly. Make sure you share. And this has been a great discussion with great coaches. Coach Evans, whom I work with here at Destiny Life Coaching, Coach Nguka, who is, a product of Destiny Life Coaching, and a coach you want to look out for out there and connect with. Guys, this has been awesome discussion. Let's have parting shots. What would you tell people as we, put this topic into a rest?
Thank you. Thank you. What Coach Jeff is not telling us, he's my coach and he's an author. He has authored a book with the same topic, why we do the things we do. So for more information, you can order, indicate in that segment of, where we write comments. Please indicate there. You can get a physical book, or you can be sent, what is it called? The soft copy. If you need both, they can be available to you. My parting shot would be all the needs, the human needs. We all have, in one or the other, grown in them. And as we become aware, you realize how in one or the other, you tried to attain them in a good way or in a bad way, in a destructive way. Now that you're aware, it's the time to move on. And riding on the need for growth. It's a time to grow from where you are hurting people. Grow as you sought certainty, as you sought variety. Perhaps you're wasting your money buying people beers, because you want your need for significance. Move and grow from it, because that's a destructive way of looking for significance. And so somebody said, our growth process is a package. Our growth process is a package. It includes progress. Then you engage and you make progress, and then it plateaus, and then also there are setbacks on the way as you seek to grow. So if you have met setbacks in seeking connections or love, if you have met setbacks in seeking contribution or growth, please start again, engage again. Somebody also said, life is short, live it passionately, go for it. You have the great potential within you to be all that your creator created you to be. You can amend all the things that have gone wrong in your life. The decisions you make today will impact your tomorrow, and we are looking for a better tomorrow. We are here to partner with you. We are here to work with you. Come join us as we change the world we start by changing ourselves and then go out and change the world. Thank you so much for listening in. Thank you for being faithful viewers. Looking forward to meet with you, to hear from you. Thank you. And thank you, Coach Jeff, and thank you, Coach Nguka, for being here. I'm learning a lot as I listen to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Evans. Coach Nguka.
Thank you, Coach Jeff and Coach Evans, and also our very able admin, Mary, for really being here all through, and really contributing to the society, gifting our viewers this great masterclass to just empower them and, enable them to learn and, understand themselves better and even help other people better. So mine is to really thank all our viewers for tuning in, for being participative, and for really engaging, and also for contributing towards this conversation. Without you, this is the reason we do this. Without you, we could only be, having a coach club, just engaging in a conversation. But we're glad that you chose to be here this time. Please, we are in a tough time. Keep safe, because you can't meet these needs when you're not safe again. So just keep safe, sanitize, and follow the Ministry of Health and WHO guidelines. And we hope to see you. You could, these are great coaches. Our profiles are in the website of Destiny Life Coaching. You can find us there. You can, you can reach out to us. I have my website. I'll type it in the chat box. You can reach out to me. And also for those people who want to grow, for those people who want to contribute, you could train at Destiny Life Coaching. They're one of the great trainers of coaches in Kenya. And the guys who train you one-on-one. A lot of trainers are training you online, but Destiny Coaches gives you that benefit of training you one-on-one and giving you the tools and giving you the mentorship to get out, to help you to get out and get clients. So it's really a good practice if you really want to contribute to the society. And also if you just want to, to be better, to solve maybe to lead your family better, to lead your organization better, it is really important. As you can see, this 6 human needs, why we do what we do, it cuts across family, it cuts across schools, it cuts across our business environment and just our personal and individual lives. So it is really important. Coaches are not just out there for solving people's problems now or helping people solve their problems, but also just to help people have fulfillment in life. Thank you again. I thought I could be out of juice because where I am, we have a blackout, but I'm glad that I made it to the end of this, and I feel, my need for certainty, has been fulfilled tonight. I was a bit, stressed that, maybe the juice won't hold to the end of the session, but I'm glad, and I'm glad to be here and to contribute to the good of the society. And I'm humbled with that. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you. Wow. Guys, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this session, Coach Nguka and Coach Evans. Thank you, Mary. Thank you guys for the contribution you're making on the planet right now. Someone just WhatsApp me, they're watching this all the way from the US. Guys, there's no corner of this world this voice is not reaching, and you're making an impact. And thank you so much, especially your growth and contribution. I'm looking at the time, just the other day, Coach Nguka in class. Right now, he's a world-class coach, guys. And so it doesn't have to take long. Some of us think just because you have taken so long in a limiting beliefs or limited environment, it doesn't mean your breakthrough is so far. A breakthrough is a moment of decision, and yours could be tonight. It could be this moment right here. And so if you need a free consultation session to find your clarity, we'll give you that. We'll share a link on this video where you can just click and fill in, and experience our consultation session for free. It's a gift. It's a way we want to contribute. It's our need for contribution. So help us fulfill that need, and we can help you fulfill the need to grow so that both you and us can make a contribution on the planet. Otherwise, thank you guys. God bless and good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Thank you, coaches. Good night.